Welcome back. Let's now start with a simple exercise. We created the multiplication table method in the Python shell. What we'll do now is we'll create the same thing but in a Python script of its own. You can pause the video in here and try and do it as an exercise. Okay, I hope you had a good experience doing that. If you're not able to go ahead and do that, this is how you do this. Right click, new Python file. What we want to do is multiplication table. So I'll create a new file called multiplication underscore table and say okay. And over here, we can define our method. So define print multiplication table. So which table? Start and end and colon. If you remember, we used the for loop. One of the things you can already see is as soon as I type in for f, PyCharm is showing for in here. This is called suggestions, auto suggestions. So as you start typing code, PyCharm would suggest you what you can do. So I'll say for, and over here I would say for I in range of start to end. What do we want to do? Actually n plus 1, because end is exclusive. Put a colon in here and press enter. One of the things you can already see is PyCharm is indenting automatically. We did not really have to type in spaces. PyCharm is automatically providing the 4 spaces at the start, and I can directly type in the code which would be executed as part of the for loop. What do we want to do? We want to do print. We want to use a formatted string, and within the formatted string I can type in table into I is equal to table into I. So this would be replaced with whichever table we are passing in. I would be the index which is used in here. This is the variable here, and table into I is calculated and the value would be replaced in here. We have defined the method. Now what I would want to be able to do is execute it. If I want to execute a method, if you press enter, the indentation would show you something here. So what I would want to do is not inside the for loop. So I would want to actually execute it. So I'll leave a blank line. I'll press enter again and press delete 2 times so that I can move the indentation back to the start of the line. Once we move back to the start of the line, we can write code to execute it. As soon as I type in print, you can see that there is an auto suggestion coming up. Print multiplication table, and we can actually, you can see that even parameters are being shown. So it's saying end is unfilled, start is unfilled, table is unfilled. So let's say we want to print 5 table from 1 to 10, and let's do a right click, run multiplication table. You can see that there is an output which is being shown in the console. One of the most important things for you to understand is the indentation. Indentation is very important. If you write any code with the same indentation as the print over here, then it would be considered to be part of the for loop. For example, if I say print 5, what would happen? This would be considered to be part of the for loop, and after each one of these things, you would see a 5 being printed. Or if I have print 5 indented at the level of the def, then this print 5 is considered to be part of the method. So it's considered to be part of the print multiplication table. So first it would execute this for loop, and after that it would execute print 5. So if I save this, and if I run this, you'd see that print 5 would now be considered part of the print multiplication table. So whenever I call the print multiplication table, the 5 table is printed, and after that a number 5 is printed. In this step, we did a simple exercise to define the method for print multiplication table and execute it using the call. I will leave it as an exercise for you to try the default values and make multiple calls to this specific method. I'll see you in the next step.